What's up, guys? Oh no, I have dishes behind me in my kitchen. No! Oh my god. Sorry. Oh. What's up, guys? Hey, sorry, yeah, Triple T. I'm not trying to ignore your DMs. I'm really not. So hey, I wasn't gonna stream. Well, I wanted to stream, and then I wasn't gonna stream. I had government in my ass earlier, so that was cool. Not like a bad thing, just a normal thing. So I was like gonna not stream, and then someone on Twitter was like, "Why don't you just stream it, loser?" And I was like, oh, "Okay." So here I am. How's it going? It wasn't pasta, and you know it. Oh, oh boy. Okay. I've been cooking a lot, so I have a bunch of dishes out. Sorry. I've got some stock cooking right now. I just keep it. Man, no, Gertie, it wasn't a home check. It was different. Everything's fine. It's good stuff. It's just, winding everything down forever. So anyway, I'm just making stock. Give me a second. I let it boil down too far. There we go. I smoked 2 chickens yesterday. And then, use that to make stock today. And I have a bunch of beef on the smoker. I should probably check on that. I gotta go check the temperature of this meat. I'll be right back. That's cool. Just throw stuff.
I have to put my milk cup in the sink.
Oh, milk cup in the sink. It sounded like
I have to put my milk cup in the sink.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And I heard banging.
You heard banging. You weren't supposed to hear that.
Just you.
Yeah, it's the smoker ran out of logs, so I had to refill those. Anyway,
Did I walk in front of it?
I don't know. It was off, so who knows?
I didn't know if it was.
Turn it on to supporters only anyway.
I didn't know. Does it taste like soup?
It tastes like unsalted soup, yeah. I was gonna make soup. Well, I'll make soup with it tomorrow. I don't know what I was gonna do tonight. Someone told me to come on. Oh, I was gonna discuss the Bible. But I was gonna eat too. Then I remembered I had meat on the smoker. Very busy. So yeah, that's the agenda. Hey guys, sorry, Lady Ragged's here. I'm just talking to her. I don't know why either of us are up 2 a.m. right now. But I was on Twitter arguing with people, so Anyway, so what are y'all up to? Did you have a good weekend? I hope so. What? Good night. I love you. Anyway, now that she's gone, I can start taking my clothes off. Gross? Ouch. That wasn't April, homie. That was Lady Raggeds. April is not here. Oh my gosh. So I've got this stock that I made out of these chickens, which is great. I just have to strain it. I have to strain it into a giant pot, which I'm not really ready to do yet. My kitchen's a disaster. Yeah, there's 7 people in this house, and I cook all day. So it's like cooking dishes and cooking dishes and cooking dishes. So I'm in the middle of cooking. And I got tired of it and went to Subway. Which is awesome. It's great. But yeah, man. So I was reading. We got this stuffed Bible, like a stuffed animal Bible, and it only opens to Psalm 23 and 24. And I was reading it. I think it's Psalm 24 that has David mention Jacob, which is kind of interesting, right? I don't know. Maybe I should go somewhere else. Weird. I don't know if I'm cooking. Should I cook? Should I eat too? I think I have stuff. Oh, I have leftovers tomorrow. Oh, I have red beans and rice. Anyway. Oh, and I have chicken I could put in ramen. Oh my god. Should clean. Yeah, the dishwasher is clean. Needs to be unloaded. I'll do it in the morning. Chill out. What are you doing now? Oh, you gonna feed the dog? What are you gonna feed it to? We don't have any Asian neighbors. I don't think. We might. I guess I never met them. Anyway, so I was thinking about this because David invokes Jacob. And Jacob's a complicated character. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of him. His name's Jacob. God's like, nope, your name's Israel now because I rename old guys in the Old Testament. I don't know why he does that. He does that to Abraham too. But he renames Jacob to Israel, which means wrestles with God. Which is kind of cool. It's a weird story, right? You're just talking about making ramen. You are the fucking Asian neighbor. Oh, probably. You haven't been around for a while? Is this a new thing now? No, I just happen to be cooking a lot lately, and I hadn't been streaming, so I figured for now I'd bring you guys into the kitchen with me a little bit so that I'm actually streaming. Like, that's the main thing, is the streaming part. Because I wasn't doing enough of it before. So, ugh. It's toasty here right in front of this giant stock pot full of hot liquid. You don't hate it? I don't either. But the full streams are coming back. Like, soon. Something just happened on Friday, was it? Some big news dropped on Friday. I don't know what that was. That was weird. Fuss Budget Ryan. Good to see you too, man. You look like shit and super tired, though. Are you okay? Yeah, it's 2 a.m. That's all. That's the main thing. Remember, you used to see me start a show at like 11. It's 2 now. Where's the celery from your soup? It's right there. Oh, I'll put it in the fridge in a second. Anyway, you actually going to bed this time?
I think so.
Okay. Good night. I love you. I'm going to just be out here making up something to eat real quick. I don't know what. Oh, wait, no, I do. It's going to be chicken and cabbage, some onion. Soup's tomorrow. Because it's 2 in the morning.
Okay.
Do you want soup now? I can make you soup now. I don't care. Okay, go to sleep. It's good. You earned it. See you in the morning. Now, I'm all itchy. So, I'm inhaling fly spray when I vape. That's cool. Look, man, they took everything else from me. This doesn't even work. It just kind of tastes good from time to time. Tried vaping and hated it. I'm completely indifferent to it. It's like if I have it, I'll do it and I'll be like, okay, sideways. Why? No, fix it. God, I hate this stupid app. There we go. The one thing I'll say about vaping is there was one time I was driving home late and I was vaping and it definitely kept me awake. That was cool. But they're just useful. Like, they're just useless to me. They're not great. And it's fine. All right. I got some chicken to cook. Where did you go? These are just chicken thighs. There's nothing special about them. I'm going to take these chicken thighs and I'm going to cook stuff with them. And I might add some, ladle some of this stock into there. But if I do that, I have to make noodles, which I didn't want to do. Maybe I won't do it. Maybe I will. We'll figure it out. Just have to get things ready. And I'm just moving slow because I'm tired. I need to find my Bible too, or a Bible, so I can do the thing I was going to do. Talk about Psalm 23 and 24. So it's really great is like when everybody's like the better Christian than you, which is everybody all the time. It's fine. But someone was like, really bold of you to be preaching when you're engaged in adultery. And I'm like, well, I'm not. But even if I was, what are you talking about? Like, oh, I didn't realize there was like sorry, you're sinning in a particular way. Therefore, you can't talk about the Bible. Okay. I guess. Why? Why would that be? Like, do they really think that there's some sinless pastor out there who's like, oh, no, I'm all good, guys. I'm all clean up. I'm fine. Don't worry about it. I'm qualified to preach. I have no sins. But that's not how it goes, man. Christianity's become this weird problem where there's a certain brand of sin that is very vogue, and that sin is called out, and that sin is very much like you can't have that. Can't do that. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm looking at my vegetables here. And I don't want any, some of these take too long. So it's just going to be onion, mushrooms. Mushrooms aren't vegetables, but onion, mushrooms, cabbage, chicken. We'll do chicken first, I guess. Yeah. And, I don't know. That's it. It's not special. You are, though. Oh, I think I know where a Bible is. So, man, it was really weird. I posted that thing on Twitter where sure looks like a browser history with my Kiwi Farms thread a whole bunch and then some Cuck porn. Wonder what happened there. That's weird. I was not familiar with that being a thing, but apparently it was. Oops. I don't know if that's in the Bible, though. I think that's in Lamentations. Or if it is, it's in Lamentations. Where's Psalms 23? Hold on. Man, David's such a dork. He was writing all the time. It's like, oh, shut up. Okay, Psalm 24 is the one, yeah. I'm going to read it in just a second. I'm getting things ready still. You gotta just deal with it. Yeah, so Team F Squid, everybody gets Psalm 23. That one's really common, really popular. Okay, we gotta turn this down to low. It's good. It needs some salt, but that's about it. Like a pound of salt, pound of butter. And but everybody reads Psalm 23. Psalm 24 is kind of interesting. We're going to read it in just a second. Just trying to get all this crap like on autopilot. What are we eating tonight? I'm going to make a chicken thing. Because I'm a masochist. I think this is my... Is this actually... Oh, baby. I didn't know I actually had a stock pot lid, so that's nice. Jarvis says, talk about adulterer preaching to everyone about how to live equals David. Yeah, no kidding. David, Solomon. David was really kind of terrible. But so here we go. This is Psalm 24. Bear with me. And I don't have like something prepared for this. It just caught my attention. Okay, so it says, the earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it. For he founded it upon the seas and established it upon the waters. Who may ascend the hill of the Lord? Who may stand in his holy place? He who has clean hands and a pure heart, who does not lift up his soul to an idol or swear by what is false. He will receive blessing from the Lord and vindication from God his Savior. Such is the generation of those who seek him, who seek your face, O God of Jacob. Selah. Lift up your heads, O you gates. Be lifted up, you ancient doors, that the King of glory may come in. Who is this King of glory? The Lord strong and mighty. The Lord mighty in battle. Lift up your heads, O you gates. Lift them up, you ancient doors. He may come in. Who is he, this King of glory? The Lord Almighty. He is the King of glory. Selah. Okay, so it's a song, right? So he's got some repeating lines in there. We don't need to do a lot of analysis. I don't care about most of it, but man, this section, he will receive blessing from the Lord and vindication from God his Savior. Such is the generation of those who seek him, who seek your face, O God. I don't know if you guys know Jacob. But Jacob is Israel, right? Like, if you want to get cynical, you can say Jacob is a metaphorical or allegorical representation of Israel. He is a personification of it for the purposes of a story told by ancient people. If you want to be like, no, the Bible is literal and it definitely happened in exactly this way, then David's the king. David's the king, the psalmist. He's the father of Solomon, who I believe was a child of adultery. And he's kind of a terrible human. He was a gangster who ran a protection racket no one asked for. And he killed everybody, which is cool. Like, that's awesome. But yeah, he's David's a complicated guy, but Jacob's a really complicated guy too. And his name is Israel, which gets changed to Israel, which means wrestles with God. He was a problem from the start, man. He comes out second. He's twins. His brother comes out first, Esau. And because he comes out first, he's the one who's supposed to, like, inherit, Isaac's everything. He's supposed to have the birthright, which means he'll be the next patriarch. But Esau trades all that in for a cup of stew that was made by Jacob. Jacob swindles him, which isn't helping the Jewish stereotypes, but Jacob swindles his entire inheritance, not just his physical one, but his spiritual inheritance and spiritual blessing, out of Esau, which is crazy to think about. And then, to make matters worse, he lies and deceives his own father to get the blessing from him. Now, see, Grifty, I think it was Grifty. It's Still Life says, yeah, because you can trick God. And that's an interesting counter argument, right? It's like God had to know what was going on. It's like, well, but it doesn't matter that God wasn't tricked, right? What matters is that Jacob attempted to trick him in the first place. Like, just because you weren't successful doesn't mean you had pure intentions. You had specifically impure intentions. Take the birthright through deception. Yeah, it's kind of cool, like, that David invokes him in Psalm 24 because he's invoking specifically the receipt of God's blessing by the honest. Jacob's not honest at all. I just want to point out, like, Jacob doesn't start being good later. Like, when he has all his kids, he's still he's still a jerk. He likes one better than all the others, gives him a coat, makes him look gay. Like, it was all these characters are very complex. And it's wild because they're really, their stories are really short. I'm curious, what do you guys think? Where do you think biblical historicity actually takes place? Do you think that David was real? I mean, I think David was real. There's lots of documentation on David. The first temple exists, or existed, pretty sure. Talked about it. But like Jacob and Isaac and Abraham, they're all they're in Genesis, which is so allegorical in so many places. So that's complicating things. But their stories are ridiculous. And not particularly inspiring as men of God. So it's kind of cool. I don't know. I like talking about the patriarchs. They're wild. Also, the idea that Jacob binds God with a trick, ha-ha! I'm the new patriarch because I got this blessing from my dad. Like he said, magic words. Jews believe in magic. They did. I don't know that they do now. The whole thing about Jews and the magic is like, when you really get down to it, it's kind of wild. Like, God is bound by magic words, and he's bound by ancient ideas. Like blood sacrifice and purity and all this stuff. And it's like, well, you're God. Like, you don't need these rules. You made the rules. Why would you do that? But he apparently did, because a bunch of Jews said so. And now we're kind of stuck with it, right? Like, forever. There you go. Okay. Oh, yeah, I salted these chickens. I should get them cooking. Moses was real. They found references to him in Egypt, I believe. Yeah, I mean, seems like it. Maybe. I don't know. I don't care. This is one of the things that I think is where people get me confused and why they're like, you're a heretic and you hate God. I'm like, no, I don't. I just don't care, like, if they were real. Because it doesn't change the truth of the story to me. So I'm not worried about it. Like, what do I care if Moses is a representation of... Okay, can I... Yeah. What do I care if Moses is just a representation of Jewish politicians making their people unpopular politically in a populist movement in Egypt, kicking them out? Like, I'm not saying that's what happened, but if it did, I don't care. And that doesn't make this, like, the biblicity of the story less useful. Doesn't, just because there's a potential, really, like, logical explanation for this group of people, doesn't mean that that isn't also serving God's purpose. So I don't know why people get so bent out of shape about this stuff. They really get pissed off at me, and I'm like, why? Do you ever be mad at me? I'm so lovable. Like, I don't want to make anybody mad or whatever. I'm just here trying to live a little bit. Okay, seriously. I hate that. Oh my God. For we walk by faith, not by sight. I don't. I look where I'm going. Why by faith and not sight sounds stupid. Alright, we got chicken going in a pan here. Not super complicated tonight. I had some big mushrooms. 3 big mushrooms, and I got like a 1/4 onion ready to go. And I'm going to I'll get some cabbage going in a minute. Ow! I need a starch. Oh wait, I have some rice. I have rice that's already cooked, so that'll be fine. Death, not a fed. You should always joke around. God invented comedy too. Like, everybody forgets that. Like, he made jokes. Most of them. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. Some people are really Some people are giving Aaron a hard time tonight. Or today, earlier, I don't know. Over the weekend, I suppose. In general. I don't know why. Then people are telling me I'm gonna like go to prison forever. And I'm like, I don't think so. See you, Ryan. But everybody online is a weirdo, right? Like everything's the maximum and everything is as important to everybody else as it is to the person who cares about online drama. You thought I gave Aaron a hard time at least once? No, I'm not gay. If it's funny, I'm kind of gay. Like, but not like really gay. I just say stuff like that to piss people off. I think that's hilarious. Oh, but the cum story's true. Like, that's real. I wasn't involved in that, thank goodness. It just happened. I didn't have to do anything gay for that at all. Mouth was never in proximity of my penis. See? Correct. Even during strip twister. Coward. Can locals get the full story? Ow! Someday, yeah. I need help telling it. It's only partly my story. I don't need a small part in it. And it's only the tip of the ice. It's only the tip of the iceberg about a whole bunch of other stuff too. That's not one of those isolated stories. How is Barnes? I don't know. I haven't talked to him. You worried he's going to be able to leverage the Google access against you in the cases? And what Google access? I don't even know why anybody's talking about that. What is it? I just posted a funny screenshot and said this can't be real, or I can't believe this is real, or something like that, right? Barnes in the hospital and it's serious? Oh. Goodness gracious, I hope he's doing okay. I should send him a message. I hadn't heard about it. I haven't heard about much of anything, but that's starting to change. Being back into life, man. Which is not the easiest thing. Ow! This chicken is killing me. But, yeah, I don't know. I think people might want to check, like, what actually happened. The real story about what happened on Friday before they go insinuating that there is some sort of nefarious activity. I don't even know. I don't know what at all they would be talking about. Your pain is way too hot. You super chatted you months ago when you got your airline job update. I had a heart attack 2 days before my start date and lost my wings. Oh my god. That sucks, man. I hope you're okay. Like, did you get that fixed? Did I word that? So this chicken is not finished cooking. But it's got a nice crispy on it, and I want to get my vegetables going. And I'm gonna pull the chicken out. I'm gonna chop it up and throw it back in there in a minute. All right, onions. Mushrooms, salt, and pepper. You need that $20 back? I don't know how to get it to you, man. You around Spicer? So I watched this, I went to a thing, and not at my current church, but at my old church, that was fun. Anyway, I went to this thing in my old church with my kids, and it was actually it was like the life story of David in a play, not done at the church. We were watching a video of it. It's a big professional production by Light and Sound Studio or something. I don't know. And it was really impressive. It was wild. But they told this whole, like the whole story of David, which is cool. The singing was really good. It was like a Broadway quality musical. If you care about that. The singing was really good. The storyline's the story of David, so who cares? First part, is kind of like heroic and crazy, and then the second part is like this wild descent into failure. Which is fun. That has no resonance for me at all. But the saddest part of that story for me, actually, is reminded me of you guys. David he doesn't lose his ability. He gets so overwhelmed by his life and really the weight of like a lot of his failures that he stops being able to, in his mind at least, he stops being able to respond to his people. He doesn't have time. Ever. And like, that hit home so heavy for me, because that was like a lot of last year and then the beginning of this year. I felt like I had no time ever to deal with anything. I got, how do we say, behind in real life. I got behind in real life, and I was like just unable to ever get out of it. It was brutal. And I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm like, I feel for you, buddy. Like this. Compared myself to David, I'm going to break their brains. I hate David. I think he's a garbage person. So yeah, of course. Of course, this year, I should compare myself to the character in the Bible who I think is one of the worst. To me, that makes sense. To me, that's like introspective. Like, oh, you think this guy's a dirtbag. You did a bunch of similar stuff to the dirtbag. Okay. Maybe you're a dirtbag. I don't know. Probably. Right? Isn't that how we learn? Oh my gosh, this looks so good. I always forget about cabbage. I'm just going to add some of this stock that I've been cooking all day to this. Because it's going to be really good. And then it's pretty much done. I'm not going to add a ton. Just like, literally just a scoop or two to pick up all the bits. There we go. Ow! So, anyway, I'm going to finish cooking this. I want to move somewhere. I just got to figure out where. I can move kind of anywhere right now, I suppose. So yeah, nothing too crazy here, just some chicken thighs, onions, mushrooms, cabbage. I didn't want to do garlic. I didn't want to do a tomato sauce or anything. I added some chicken stock to help emulsify all the greasy goodness in here and coat these vegetables and chicken. But it's done. It's done. Gosh, it's hot in here. Oh my goodness. I guess I'll just scoop this out with these tongs. And then maybe go move and sit down somewhere. We're getting ramen? No, I didn't want to make. I've been making a ton of starches lately, tons of noodles, tons of rice. I figured with this one I would just not. It is very warm over here. Give me a second. Let me figure out what to move. I think over here will be good. Hold on. How much? I don't know how much battery I have. Trying to do this, not having my kids in every shot. Oh my. Why are you way up there? Anyway. Yes, this is useful. Hello. Wanted to show you guys this food. It's just food. Other than that, can there not be pictures of these kids everywhere? Anyway, maybe if I... There we go. One's in the background artist. The dance pictures there are not super visible. Oh, wait, that's good. One problem is I'm 1,000,000,000,000 degrees. Holy hell. Might have to step outside for a minute. I'll be right back, guys. It's hot. Just a second. Anyway, hey, what's up? Trying to step out for a second. It doesn't really matter. It's hot in here. I've had this stock pot going all day. I look like fucking hell, but who cares? Oh my gosh. You can definitely see pictures. Are you talking about me? I can sometimes see pictures. On occasion, it depends on how chat's moving and all that stuff. I really hate the disconnecting streams. Oh my gosh. Oh. Here's how this works. Here's how it works when you're involved with government, right? There's like 1,000,000 of them, and they all have different jobs. They all go on forever. Today was such a good day. One of the government workers said goodbye to my entire family forever. It's like, yay! That's nice. Go away. Get out. Sprinkle holy water on you. Go, go. Our new church is great. Gosh, sweaty as we got it back. Anyway. I don't remember what I was saying. Other than a government employee today said goodbye for the last time, which is awesome. Just a couple more of those to go. One of them, of course, being a judge and county attorney and all that stuff. Oh my God. It got too warm. It's starting to break out in hives. It's cool. It's cool when your body decides. My body decided, like, I have to realize this. Oh, God. Like 7 years ago, my body decided to start killing itself. But not like actually. I don't have any real illnesses. I just have annoying ailments, like allergies. One of them is heat, and standing in front of a hot stove can trigger it. Speaking of, it's really late. It's like 3. I'm gonna go. One, I look like fucking hell. I should probably, like, I look like I got mugged. I should report it. But I'm gonna go. Mondays are really busy for us, so I don't know what my Monday looks like for sure. But I'm looking to get back to streaming full-time as soon as possible. It starts with one stream, right? And it's been a bit. So look for that really soon. Maybe even as early as tomorrow. We'll see. I got to see. Mondays are really busy. What's your legal question? So do you have a legal question? Hit me with it before I get out of here. This is really good. Locals has got to fix the app. I'm trying to give you guys like exclusive content. It's really difficult because it's like every 5 or 6 minutes you got to restart or reconnect to the stream. It breaks the flow of everything. Makes you not want to like take it seriously because it's gonna just break down. If you look away from the camera at all, look back, it's always knocked out. Vivek said SCOTUS said that 80% of all regulations are illegal, so they can cut them. What do you think? No. It's not going to be that easy to unwind the administrative state. I mean, the way that you unwind an administrative regulation is you challenge it in court. Now, before they had Chevron deference, which would, again, defer to the regulatory agency. And so Chevron protected them in that way. You still have to go through the process of challenging the regulation. Because if no one challenges the regulation, it would mean that the regulation exists without causing injury, which means that there's no real reason to strike it, They can start unwinding them, I guess. There's just a process for doing it. There's the court process. There's also the executive process. They can start deregulating they can start addressing it by telling the administrative agencies to, change the way they do things, enact new policy measures, all of that stuff. The executive is still the boss of them, even though they run the whole country. But it takes time. You got to unwind it one regulation at a time. And they may not want to, right? Like, they like regulation. Just because we won on Chevron doesn't mean that all the regulations are gone now. The government likes its regulations. Both sides of the aisle do. They always have. They're not going to stop now and be like, oh, you know what? We don't like regulations. Of course they do. Regulations are how they enact policy without risk of political capital. They get to utilize back channel communications, or even just difficult to access communications, not nefarious back channel, but just not upfront communications to push the regulatory agency to enact policy. Then they don't have to vote on it. And there's no record of their support. I mean, they can have their tweets or whatever, but there's nothing to bind them to the decision come next election cycle. So they like regulatory agencies and they like their ability to run the country. Chevron just means they don't get to dominate the country. Anyway, I hope that helps answer your question. But more to come, and more of those topics and more guests about it. It's funny because there's some drama, of course, over guests that I've had and stuff like that. I don't know if they realize like their expertise exists, but it's not particularly unique. Like none of these guys have some set of skill or knowledge that can't be found anywhere else. So I fully expect to have different guests with the same or different or better or worse expertise on to discuss ideas. The same thing we've done the whole time. So I hope you look forward to that. I do. I think the drama is going to be pretty intense tomorrow, so I don't know if I'm going to do a show around it. We'll see. Anyways, guys, thanks for joining me tonight. Have a good night. Peace.